What is going on, everybody? BobbyFi with my man Eric Sheets. We're going to be talking a little Monkey Knife Fight for our Monkey Knife Fight sponsorship. By the way, join Monkey Knife Fight, True DFS, and you will get double your deposit up to $250. And yeah, I wanted to let you guys know about that. And let's get it going, Sheets. We're gonna go pick through a number of different sports and talk about some different props we like. But I thought it was a good thing we're gonna try and do every week because it's kind of fun and it helps you look at your overall DFS from another perspective too. So.
You want to let me share my screen?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me pull that up and away we'll go. There we go.
All right. So we got some basketball. We have baseball. Maybe we'll take an early look. Well, there's the Jets-Colts game. Early look at golf. We have no golf yet. Yeah. So we'll do one. We'll take a look at the NBA. We'll take a look at MLB. Maybe we'll take a look at NFL. Let's just, since we just did an NBA video, maybe our heads are in the NBA.
Yeah.
So let's just take a look at this. So this is, if I click on NBA slates, we have to choose one from each player. So the first one I have is, okay, so more or less. Now what you could do, is just pull up my projections, which are available on truedfs.com, and just see if you're getting a good deal as far as the projected points. Right. Or we could just kind of do it by instinct and do it that way. So you have to pick both of these right. So you have to have Giannis plus or minus. These are real life points, 30.5 points, or Luka at 25 points. Or let's see, if we did rapid fire, then we have points versus, like Giannis versus Luka, and you get, I guess, a boy, you don't have to have a spread or anything like that. You just have Giannis over Luka. Is that possible? That's
Fantasy points, right?
No, these are just regular. Oh, these are just regular points.
It's very weird that they would have it like that. If you scroll down, I can't see the screen. That's really strange. Yeah, I think you would probably naturally go Giannis and probably that's tough between Lowry and Butler.
So you could just do this. Is this really a bet? You could take Giannis at just more points than Luka?
Well, you have to do the other second part of the bet too.
Or whatever, but let's assume this is 50-50. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Here's the bonus. There it is. There it is. So Luka, you're getting 5.5 points.
That's okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
5.5 real life points, and Butler, you're getting 1.5 assists. We'll go back to these in a second. See if any of them tickle you.
Yeah.
Triple doubling. What is this? This is, you have to get 1.2x. I'm not exactly sure what this is, so we'll get back to that. Fantasy challenge. You have to draft players to exceed the fantasy points goal. So, oh my goodness. So you got to beat 151 fantasy points. You get 1.5 times your money. If you can get 158.5 fantasy points, you 2 times your money. Or if you can get over 166.5 fantasy points, 3 times your money. So if we have 3 guys that are each going to get over 50, then you're getting 3-1 odds. So in tonight's slate, if you were going to just take like Giannis, Luka, that's the problem. There's nobody else, right?
Giannis, Luka, and then you would probably say, I guess you'd say Butler.
They're not going to get 165 like ever, right? Not ever.
No, they will.
So you get Giannis, let's say you get 60. Let's say Luka will get 50. And then you'll need like 55.
Maybe Anthony Davis would be the next one.
Yeah, that seems a little risky.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Okay, so what about you get 2.5 to get 158.5? Can you get, if we did Luka, Giannis, let's say 60-50, and can you get 2-1 on all of that happening? And you need Luka, then you need Butler probably to get 50, or Giannis or Davis to get 50.
Yeah, I think Davis would probably be the better bet for it. But it's not the night where I feel so sure that 3 guys are going to get me the 160.
Yeah. Okay, so here's more or less 2 of 2. You get 3.6 times your buy-in.
Well, right off the bat, I do think that if you get both of them, you get 3.6 times.
Pick 2 or 2. Yeah, it looks that way.
Wow, that's interesting. That's a large number for
Yeah.
that. I would say that well, that's right at where Butler's probably going to be projected, and it's basically right where Grant's going to be projected.
What is it? But Jeremy Grant, what if he doesn't play? I wonder what happens.
I think he's good to go tonight. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think I would take the probably the more on Grant, and God, it feels bad to say less on Butler. I like both of them a little bit, so I think that they're both viable for more.
But the fact you're getting 3.5 to 1 is like you should. I mean, unless I'm reading this wrong.
But that's what it is. That is what it says, and that
makes no sense.
3.5 times your buy-in. Well, that's awesome then, because I think either way, literally you could take any side of this bet, and that's still going to be a good bet.
Well, we may as well give our opinion. So you like?
I think it's so close. I think I would take both with the slightly over, but yeah, I think that's what I would do, because Butler.
Well,
Butler's been over every game but one this season.
I have Butler at only 42.88.
Okay, well, you could take that.
So let's do less. Let's stick by my let's put my money where my mouth is, so to speak. And Jeremy Grant, I have him at 33.51. So I have him more.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do that for 20. Let's see if this is actually a bet. So that's
yeah.
You have $20.
Right. There you go.
Contest including any player does not play will be canceled. All right, that's good news.
Yeah. Like that.
All right. Close this. Okay, so that'll be our basketball bet. Let's go back. New game.
We'll go to the
Let's
baseball.
take a look at baseball.
Yeah.
All right. Baseball, there's only one game to choose from. And you were correct, by the way. You gave out the Astros in their last game, and they were down 4-0. Not a problem.
Yeah. I tried to get I wanted to do a whole parlay thing, but my buddy who was gonna I shouldn't talk about that on air because I can't do it in California, but my straight up game bets have been pretty good. I had the Green Bay beating Arizona starting Thursday, and then I wanted to take all the favorites except for all the teams that were double digit favorites except for the Bengals, and the parlay was like 11-1 or something.
Dude, you should get an account on Nitrogen. That's what I do.
Yeah, it'll happen soon enough where it's legal here.
I mean, it's they have everything. It's cheap. It's anonymous. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, okay, so you could either do fantasy points, Freeman versus Altuve, or Alvarez versus Bregman. You got to do both of them.
Wow, Bregman doesn't even get a boost of any kind?
Oh, he does. He gets 0.5, and Altuve gets 0.5.
Yeah,
Altuve seems like a good bet. No, plus 0.5?
I like that, actually. Yeah, I would say the Altuve. I mean, I would take Alvarez because it's so close. It's only 0.5 fantasy points. But I have a weird feeling about Bregman. So
I don't, man. It worked out, but I don't like Bregman batting 7th in a straight up fantasy point.
Well, no, exactly. That's why I think you take Alvarez for this.
Yeah.
Regular DFS, if Bregman's batting 7th tonight, I would consider captaining the guy. It's people know what you're going to get him at 2% ownership, 1% ownership.
I'm also pretty sure, by the way, that you're supposed to correlate these guys together.
If you can, yeah.
Well, you have a choice here, right?
They do correlate. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'll do that one. I'll go with the Astros stack there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put that one in. Boom. Submit. All right, close.
You tell me about the hockey one because I don't know the hockey.
Oh, we're not doing hockey. We're going to do football for I just saw it. There was football for
the Thursday game.
It's the Thursday game. Let's take a look. All right, so you get. Let's look at this. Carson Wentz versus Mike White. You have. Let's do something where you can get like 8-1 or something like that. Let's get like
Carson Wentz versus Mike White. Who would have thought that was going to be a thing?
Yeah.
Somebody bet $1,000 on Mike White to be the leading receiver this weekend, leading quarterback this weekend in terms of yardage. and they got 125 to 1. They made $125,000.
Yeah, you think is that actually happen? You think? Or?
Yeah, it's a real guy's ticket.
Okay.
There's a site, BR Betting, that follows these guys around and does all this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, if you're gonna play here, you got to be better than I am with respect to knowing what's available. But let's do something here. So let's do this. So let's do Carson Wentz, not versus Mike White. They're both going to be over under. So I have to think that Mike White's going to be under. I don't know.
I'm well in on the over on Mike White this week.
You like the over on that?
Yeah.
And Wentz, you have an opinion on that one? 245.5.
It's hard to run the ball against the Jets, so it's harder than people think to run the ball against the Jets. To say, I would lean the slight over on both these guys. I would definitely lean the over on Mike White, but I would lean the over on both of them personally.
So let's pass that one. Let's go to this next one. Let's look at more or less fantasy points. So you have Michael Pittman, 15.5. Or Jamison Crowder seems a very reasonable 10.5.
Easy bet on the over for Crowder.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I built one early mess around stack this week, and Jamison Crowder was the first guy I put in.
Yeah, so let's do that. And then,
by the way, Jamison Crowder may not be a Jet by the end of today, so this is a tough one. This is
he's on the trading block?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I would actually not. I would avoid this just because of that.
Okay. So let's go to something different then. Let's do all right, how about this? We're gonna do pick two of two. So we have to do White versus Wentz.
Yeah.
And White gets 5.5. So we should totally bet White here, right?
I agree, yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. And then we have Jonathan Taylor. Whoa.
How much does Carter get?
41.5.
He gets 41.5 yards?
Yeah.
They aren't going to run the ball as much as. So is it just rushing yards, or is it include
just rushing yards? These things correlate though. Like if you could play Jonathan Taylor for the rushing yards and then play that Mike White has to pass to come back, right?
Yeah, fair enough. That's a tough one. It's a 41.5 is a lot of yards to be given up.
I mean, he's going to get 50, right? At least.
Not really. These days, the running back sometimes will have like 10 yards rushing and like 180 yards receiving. Like it's.
Let's look at something else. Maybe something else will come up. Hold on. Touchdown dance. Okay. So we have to draft players to. All right. We're going to go for this. 6X. We need 3 players to have a total of 3.5 touchdowns.
I don't know if there will be that many in that game.
No, we can't do that.
I just don't know if there'll be enough touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. How about fantasy challenge? We have to exceed the receptions goal. Can we get 3 guys to have a total of 20.5 receptions?
Yeah.
Can we get Crowder and Pittman and somebody else?
Crowder, Pittman, Michael Carter.
Did he have any catches in this last game?
I think it was all. I mean, what was his production? I think a good portion of it was his catches.
Oh, I thought it was 19 for like 80 from the ground or something.
Oh, maybe, but he caught a touchdown. I mean, so you're talking about number, just PPR wise. Okay, so let me think. Well, the problem with Crowder though is again, you're talking about a guy who may not be on the team by the time his bet is placed. Basically.
Yeah, we're not doing this one.
Right, this is a rough game to do.
Draft players to exceed the rushing yards goal. 2 players. Can we get 5-to-1 odds on 100? Dude, we could do this.
What's Naheem Hines' projection?
No. If we play Carter and Taylor, we get 5-to-1 on them getting over 171.
Okay. I can get behind it. 5-to-1.
Taylor 120 and Carter 50?
Yeah.
5-to-1, we can't do that?
I think that's fair. 5-to-1 seems like a good number. I agree.
We don't like I guess you don't like that game script. You don't like the
I feel very iffy on that game because I don't know who's going to be playing it. They're still on the Jets. All the Jets players are on the trading block. So
right.
And Crowder's the kind of guy I would have thought somebody would maybe take a chance on.
All right. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. So more or less, this is 3x fantasy points. All right, let's do this. More or less fantasy points. Taylor 19.5. These are boring. We're not going to do DFS. I like these yards ones again. Let's see.
Yeah, I like the yardage idea as long as shot bet.
Let's see if we can find it again. Exceed the rushing yards goal. 171, or would it better be a little more conservative and get 3-1 odds on 157?
No, let's go for the 5-1.
Yeah, it's a 114-yard gain. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to do this, and we're going to go Taylor. We're going to go Carter, and we're in.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor might end up doing that on his own.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a 20 ball over there.
I like that.
I'll tell you this. What do you mean this game is no longer active?
What?
Listen, Monkey Knife Fight. We're doing our best. Okay. We're totally doing our best. But all right, so we're gonna pass on the NFL for now. But I do promise you this, is that there's definitely edge here. I don't know exactly how to get it right now, but I'm pretty sure that there's edge. Whether it be using our projections to just make those, if-then bets. But I think that the real value's got to be in those 3 times your money, 5 times your money things to find guys with upside. That, like you said, we talk about this with everything with projections. Like, there are some guys with medians, but there's some guys that results distribute. And if you can get like 5-1 odds on a guy whose results are all over the place, it's probably not the worst idea in the world to do it. So let me just see one more time. So Crowder, you know what? As long as the game's going to get canceled anyway, let's play Crowder for over 54.5 receiving yards. If he's not in, we get our money back anyway.
I don't think that's right. I think it's only if the game's canceled that you get your money back.
No, that's what I'm saying. If the player doesn't play, you get your money back.
I don't think so.
I think that's what it said, but let's look at this again. Hold on.
I'm not
put 20.
sure on that one.
Let's see what it says. It says, oh yeah, it might not, right? Where did it say if he doesn't play, you get your money back?
It didn't. It said that if the game is canceled, you get your money back.
Oh, well, that doesn't help me, does it?
Because if the guy plays as a,
Well, then what you're probably supposed to do, what happens if you do a rush, if you do under? Do you win? If he doesn't play?
Yeah, then you should win if he doesn't play.
If he gets traded?
Yeah. And by the way, there's definitely Jamison Crowder could have like 10 catches for 35 yards. Like, that's what he does. He's a DraftKings darling and a FanDuel. You don't play him ever for a reason.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna pass on the football just for the lack of clarity of who's gonna be playing.
Yeah, so early for it.
Yeah. So I consider that somewhat of a train wreck, but I think we did our best given the lack of our ability to navigate this. Yeah. Again, one of these days, maybe we'll get one of the Monkey Knife Fight guys on here, and they could help us kind of figure out how to navigate through this. Because I'm in to give some action.
Absolutely, and I agree with you.
Don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. So
I agree with you about being edge, but having an edge. I think one other thing it makes you do it. These things make you better at DFS because you'll start thinking in a very different way where you get stuck and bogged down in the same. Well, do I like this guy at 9,100? Usually we play him at this and that. Instead of thinking, okay, well, what do I really think of him versus the other guy? How much difference do I think there should be? You know what I mean? It just forces your brain to think in a way that you should probably be thinking anyway.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'll give you guys one bonus play. In case you actually listened to this entire thing, just for fun, I did do an early run of hockey projections. So just because they have action here, I'm gonna pull up my numbers here. Let's see what we got here. So I have my top projected guy is Austin Matthews. So let's just see what's the props on him. All right, so goal rush, up points. I just want to, draft players to exceed the points goal in the Toronto game. Boy, it's making up here. Okay, shots on goal plus blocks. Oh, plus blocks. Oh my God, this is so hard. All right, so I lied. I'm not going to give anything in hockey, but I will. We will do this again on a light day like this.
We'll just make it more of a regular.
And I'll be a little better prepared. But look, you get what, some kind of bonus if you deposit with them or something like that? I'm sure you
Yeah,
do something.
yeah. Sign up with under TrueDFS.com. And by the way, you know what you can do? If all this other stuff gets confusing, challenge a friend. You can have your little friend games.
Oh, is
And
that true?
I'm happy to be your guy's friend on there. So make sure to request me. Yeah, you can challenge a friend.
Hang on, no, we're gonna do this because I do have some fantasy point things. Okay, so, oh my God, now you actually have to figure out how fantasy points are calculated. Oh. All right, so this is gonna require a lot of work. But I will get this done at some point. All right, that'll do it.
Yep.
Good luck, everybody, and we will be back with more Monkey Knife Fight as we get better at it, and we'll see you guys later.
Good luck, everybody.